Today, the city, the landscape, the state of California are very, very different than they were when the Institute of American Cultures began. California as a state has been so-called majority minority since before the turn of the century. When we thought about how the Institute of American Cultures needed to respond to these new realities, we began to think about, in particular, the diversity within the ethnic groups here in Los Angeles. We really need to better understand the diversity that characterizes the ethnic groups in and of themselves. And that really is going to be our new mission. Not just to understand the groups themselves, but to also understand their intersections. What it means when so many people from so many different backgrounds, from so many different perspectives, come together on a daily basis, come together through institutions. Now, of course, this is not happening only in Los Angeles. We see these kinds of trends in New York, in Miami, in cities in Europe, in London, in the Netherlands. In fact, one scholar in England calls these new developments super diversity, where we see diversity based in addition to ethnicity and race, also on the basis of religion, on the basis of language. We want to better understand this diversity. We want to better understand what it means for our society, what it means for our communities, and how we can help societies to cope with the kinds of challenges that many groups in close connection bring.
The emerging America I observed during my lifetime is the same as the grand sweep of American history. Our greatest strength has been our people, and the greatest strength of our people has been our diversity, which continues today.
So I think it's really critical that this center, that these ethnic studies centers be elevated as high as possible, because, you know, like I said, we are at a point in history where we are becoming a minority majority, and you know, that's just happening. And so I think this is not the least we can do, but certainly starting point. You know, I think these centers are important because they deal with what is and what's becoming and what's emerging, not this ideal that really we never get to, and that really just kind of hides a lot of political realities that we need to put up front, you know, in front and center.
Means that our experience as Americans has always been one that needs to include voices and thoughts and concerns that come from neighbors and others who may be different than us. The impact of the American Indian Studies Center and of our efforts in bringing together these multiple realities that make up the United States, that makes up California and the University of California, are quite important to understanding how we will continue into the future. The question of an emerging America is intriguing because in many ways it's a return to the original America, which has always been one that has been full of diversity.
Well, I think what's really a trendsetter in this emerging America is the new diversity that we're talking about. The trends that are going on in mentoring the next generation, the importance of not just mentoring women, men of color, but to really embracing society as a whole and really bringing about commonality. Too long we've been just too divisive, and that has to end. And I think the next generation truly embraces that, understands that, and that's where we need to go. And as someone that's been involved in the business community and the civic leadership community of Los Angeles, I think mentoring and helping the next generation learn from not just our mistakes, but also learn from our successes.